Welcome into this Lion Vision update. We're talking with UNA softball coach Ashley Cozart. Her team went to Carrollton, Georgia this past weekend and took 2 out of 3 against the Wolves on the road. And Coach, anytime you can go out in the Gulf South Conference, which this year is very competitive, and win a series 2-1, I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
It is. I was very proud of that. Like I said, anytime you travel that far and, you're staying in hotel rooms or you're not familiar with your surroundings, I was really proud of our club for pulling together. And it is. I mean, this year our conference is just top to bottom. It's very equal this year. And so very happy with the 2 out of 3 this weekend.
Game 1, Hillary Carpenter in the circles. We ended up dropping that decision 2-0, no run support, but the Bats came to life in Game 2 with an 11-9 win.
Yes, Hillary threw a great game the first game. She threw well enough to win. We just couldn't get anything going. They had a good lefty on the mound that just kind of kept us on our toes. But Game 2 I was really proud of. So we came out and got 18 hits. I mean, that's a lot of hits against a very good program. And I don't know if we've ever had that many hits in one game, and so I was really proud of our group for responding and just like I said, did a great job and found a way to win that second game.
Freshman Sydney Sanders from Decatur had a breakout game in Game 2, 4 hits, including one in the top of the 8th inning that ended up scoring 2 runs. That ended up being the difference in the ball game. So for the young freshman on the road in Gulf South Conference play, it was a pretty solid weekend.
It was. I'm very proud of Sydney. We saw that in the fall from her, and she struggled a little bit early, but she found a way to get back in our lineup, and she did it with a bang. I mean, I'm very proud of how she got up there, and especially her last at bat when the pressure was on her. And she took it well, and so I'm very proud of how she stepped up for us.
Game 3, Hannah Bodenhorn in the circle. She has a pretty solid effort. Hillary Carpenter came in late in relief. I think she picked up the save as well, and it was Anna Gail Norris with a big home run to give us the 4-2 win. Game 3, pick up the sweep, a good way to come home.
I'm so proud of Hannah. She just did a great job. She hadn't gotten a whole lot of innings this year, and so she went out there, and I'm just so proud of her. She worked so hard, and our pitching staff is so dynamic because they're all different, and so they all bring just something different and different speeds and pitches, and so Hannah was a really good mix that third game and gave us a chance to win. She did really, really well, and then Hillary came in and got the save. So it was a really good 1-2 punch at them, and Anna Gail had a great weekend. She's really been on fire with the bat and been a huge senior leader for us this year and really, filled some shoes that we needed filled, and I'm really proud of her and how she came through for us.
This weekend, the UNA softball team welcomes the Shorter Hawks to the UNA softball complex for a weekend series. And this is a team, Coach. They've had success in the postseason. They have 2 young pitchers that have been pitching very well so far this year. But they also have a first-year head coach who's a familiar face, I guess, with Shorter.
Yes, Jessie, she's an amazing coach. I mean, she showed since she's been at Shorter, she's done a lot of great things. So Shorter's a very scrappy team. They've got, I would say their strong point is hitting. That's got some really good hitters at the top of their lineup and some good young pitchers that, know how to win ball games. And so we've got to come out. I mean, it's just a fight every weekend. So we know we're going to have to come out and show that fight and just keep getting better. But I'm excited because I feel like we're getting closer to finding our lineup. We've been moving some kids around, and we really haven't had the same lineup consistently, and so I'm excited because I think this weekend we found that we're getting closer, and so I'm proud of how we're starting to get better.
Just when you look at the Gulf South Conference as a whole, West Georgia this past week and Shorter this weekend, you look around the rest of the conference, West Florida, Delta State, UAH, Valdosta State, there's a lot of good teams. So I guess moving forward, I mean, it's going to be tough competition week in, week out.
It is. I mean, there's really not a weekend you can just relax. I mean, you have to have your A game, and especially when, you're the team to beat. People want to beat you. They're going to bring their best game against you every single time. And so in a conference that's already tough and people are, after you, we have to stay mentally focused and just keep getting better.
UNA softball in action this weekend, taking on the Shorter Hawks, a doubleheader on Saturday starting at 2 p.m., and you can catch the finale on Sunday at 1 p.m.